Welcome back, everybody, to the Tennessee Titans franchise here on Madden 23. The Titans are back in the postseason for a second consecutive year, and they'll start things off in the wild card round against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Unlike last year, quarterback Malik Willis is healthy and will be making his first career postseason start today. The Titans and the Steelers have some history, particularly last year in the playoffs, in a game that ended up going down to the wire. Now it is a 4th and 8. The game of the season on the line once again for the Titans. Pace takes a shot for the end zone. And the pass is overthrown. It's incomplete. We've got an opportunity to get closure for last season's heartbreaking divisional round loss against the Steelers. As we take a look at this Titans team throughout the year, it has been nothing short of a roller coaster. The team has been very streaky. We started the year hot, winning our first 3 games against interdivision opponents. Then we went on a down stretch before we won 7 in a row. We have not played as well as of late, losing 2 of our last 3 prior to getting into the postseason. Despite being 7 games over 500, our point differential is only at plus 15. That's because we play in so many close games. Every game since week 9 has been decided by 1 score. That's how close we are playing teams, whether it's us beating them or us losing, it usually ends up pretty close. As we take a look at the entirety of the NFL, the Bengals got the number 1 seed in the AFC, with the Steelers obviously grabbing a wild card spot. The Jags and Colts both made the playoffs along with us, while the Bills and Chiefs also won their divisions. In the NFC, the Lions win the North for a second consecutive year. The Panthers grab the number 1 seed, led by quarterback Baker Mayfield, as the Bucs get into the playoffs. Desmond Ridder and the Commanders win the East, and then the Niners win the West, with the Seahawks and Rams both getting in. Unfortunately, we had the Rams draft pick, and it looked like it was going to be a high pick for a while until they went on a big win streak. So this is what the playoff bracket looks like here going into the wild card round. You may notice our game is on Sunday night. We get the last game of the week and the primetime slot. Clearly, the American public wants to see our game, and I feel like we've got a lot to prove here against a talented Pittsburgh Steelers team who seems to have our number. They beat us back in week 5 on Monday Night Football. We allowed 45 points in that game. If you thought we scored and allowed a lot of points, meet the Pittsburgh Steelers. They put up a ton of points on offense, but their defense is very lackluster. The Steelers usually identify themselves as a defense-first team, but that is not the case this year. At quarterback, they're led by Tiny Hands Pickett in his 3rd year out of Pitt. Pickett had his best season of his career this year, and I think both starting quarterbacks have an extra motivation today because Pickett and Malik Willis were both in the same draft class and often compared to each other during their careers. They've got a great group of skill position players, although they no longer have Pat Freiermuth, who was traded at the deadline to the Los Angeles Chargers for some draft capital. They have some really good players on defense. Of course, TJ Watt is a total game wrecker, but their defense just has not been good this year, very contrary to what you would normally see with the Pittsburgh Steelers. I think this could be a really high-scoring game if both offenses can take command. It's really going to be a matter of which team can set the tone, particularly on the ground, with 2 very good rushing attacks and 2 talented young quarterbacks who both have a lot to prove in today's game. Despite the fact that the Steelers are the worst pass defense in the entire league, I really want to focus on the ground game because that's where we strive, and if we win this game, it'll be because we control the line of scrimmage. Over the last 2 years, the Steelers have beaten us 3 times, twice in the regular season, once in the playoffs, but all 3 of those games were on the road. This time, they're coming to our place. We had a home record of 7-2 this year, the best in the NFL, so clearly we know how to win games at home. Obviously, everybody on the team has a lot to prove today, but none more than quarterback Malik Willis, who was injured last year when we got into the playoffs, but this year he's healthy. Willis has had his best pro season so far, but we've never seen him in a playoff game. We've got some tough decisions with Malik Willis over the next year or so, and have to figure out if we want to pay him. And seeing how he performs in the playoffs will be a major indicator. He hasn't been great the past few weeks, but over the second half of the year, he's been good in that span. And again, the Steelers have the worst defense and the worst passing defense in terms of yards per game in the entire NFL. So if Willis is going to play well, it's going to be against the Steelers, whose defense is awful, and we're at home. So there's no excuse for him not to perform tonight. So let's get this game started. The final game of Wild Card Weekend here in the 2024 NFL season, as the 3-seeded Titans host the 6-seeded Steelers. These two teams have a lot of history together. They've played some close and exciting matchups in Pittsburgh over the last few years, including last season in the playoffs. But here in Tennessee, the Titans are looking to finally get past their kryptonite and beat the Steelers once and for all. Rookie Jeffrey Walker has this ball teed off, and we are underway. Ozzie Duvernay, who returned a kick for a touchdown on the Monday night game in the regular season this year, takes it for a knee. And we'll look at the Steelers' offense, led by Kenny Two Gloves. Kenny Pickett, the third-year quarterback out of Pitt, had a career season with 3,900 yards, 28 touchdowns, and 10 interceptions. He has usually played well against the Titans, and he obviously has a lot of guys on offense who he can get the ball to, including Najee Harris, George Pickens, and Deontay Johnson. On 2nd and 6, Pickett goes up the middle for Najee Harris, the former first-round running back out of the University of Alabama, who gets into the 44. The Steelers are looking to set the tone here on this opening possession, as it's a pitch to the right side for Najee Harris. Gets by defenders and is hit out of bounds by Juan Thornhill at the 28. The Titans' run defense is softer than a teddy bear. They don't allow a ton of rushing yards per game, but they do allow a large number of yards per carry. Teams need to run the ball more against us. Nice throw and catch over to Chase Claypool, who downs it at the 9. 2nd and goal. Pickett looks to go short. It's caught by Najee Harris, who breaks the tackle from Awuzie and is in for a touchdown. The Steelers march down the field. They take the lead. Pretty good opening possession for the Steelers, as we now going to look at the Titans offense, featuring the third-year quarterback out of the University of Liberty. It's Malik Willis, making his first career postseason appearance. Obviously, he got injured last year and was unable to play in the playoffs, so I'm really curious to see how he does in the biggest NFL game of his career. 2nd and 9 from the 50. Willis under pressure, and he is sacked by Alex Highsmith. The Titans ran the ball in the first 6 plays of the drive. That was their first pass, and it ended up being a sack. 3rd and 17, Willis's first actual pass ends up being incomplete as he tries to get it to Burks. Alex Highsmith again in the backfield with the pressure. Not a particularly good start to the first quarter for Tennessee. The Steelers have it back. Pickett under pressure on 1st down, and he is sacked. Harold Landry brings down the quarterback. The Titans' pass rush was really not very good this year, but Harold Landry was a saving grace and a one-man wrecking crew on what was one of the worst front units in the league. 2nd and 18 now from the 10. Pickett looks to throw it. Backs up in the end zone, and he fumbles the ball, and it's picked up by Harold Landry for a scoop and score. This game is tied up just like that. So it was Fletcher Cox and Azeez Ojulari who got in the backfield, ripping the ball out. I think you got to give a lot of credit to the rookie linebacker, Asher Gonzalez, who immediately recognized the play was a screen. He read it perfectly, forcing Pickett to not go to his first read, leading to him dropping back, getting sacked, and obviously coughing up the ball, resulting in a touchdown. And that play changes really what could be the entire trajectory of this game. 3rd and 10. Pickett goes downfield for a wide-open Chase Claypool. Tennessee's momentum does not last long as Claypool takes it 75 yards to the house for a touchdown. The Titans did not have anybody near Claypool when Kenny Pickett threw that ball. Just not good coverage, and Juan Thornhill was never able to catch up to him. So the Steelers get a big touchdown, and it is now 14-7. Quite an eventful first quarter. The Titans have it back. Here's Derrick Henry trucking his way through defenders, and he gets around 2 as Scotty Pickens is hurt. That is not good news. Scotty Pickens is the number 1 wide receiver here, one of the most important players on this team, period. 2nd and 8. Willis is sacked again, this time by TJ, turned down for a Watt. The Steelers' pass rushers had a field day so far, and it is now a 3rd and 12 for Tennessee. Willis looks to throw it under pressure, connects downfield with the tight end, Jonnu Smith, who gets it to the 48. Good play there by Willis, his first completion of the game and just his 2nd pass of the entire day. Following play, possibly the final snap of the quarter. It's a handoff for Bryant, who loses it, but Eric McCoy, the center, is quick to scoop it up. That could have been bad. So we will have another play here in the first quarter. 2nd and 9. Willis looks to throw it. Goes up the middle for King Henry, who's going to break some tackles as he gets around 20. And that'll wrap up the first quarter. It has been an eventful start. I think eventful would probably be the right word. The Steelers lead 14-7. We've had a strip sack, touchdown. We've had a 75-yard score. The Titans nearly turned it over here. There's been a lot that's happened. On first down, pass is caught short by Hot Rod Pryor, showing off his speed as the rookie out of the University of Southern California gets it to the 11. The Titans are now in the red zone, looking to punch it in here on first and goal at the 1, with an opportunity to tie it. Okonkwo in motion as Willis hands it off for Derrick Henry, and the King has entered his castle. Derrick Henry with a touchdown, and the Tennessee Titans tie it up at 14. It hasn't necessarily been a pretty start, but clearly the Titans are going to definitely make this a game. And this one really looks competitive here through the first 12 or so minutes of the ball game. So now it's time to see if the Steelers can respond. They've had a touchdown on every drive so far, albeit one of them was a defensive touchdown. Pickett under a lot of pressure, incomplete. Azeez Ojulari came swarming into the backfield. Ojulari has looked like a game wrecker through the first 12 minutes, constantly sending pressure. There he is again, forcing a near interception, which should have honestly been caught. Azeez Ojulari looks unblockable here in this first half, and Harold Landry looks good too. 3rd and 10, Landry sends pressure, but Pickett connects with Deontay Johnson, who makes a really nice play, keeping both feet in bounds as he gets into the 36-yard line. The Titans' pass rush has not shown up for 17 games, and now they've awoken. Pickett has to get the ball out quickly, as he does on that play, connecting with Deontay Johnson for another 3rd down conversion. The Steelers appear to be moving it pretty well. They now have it past midfield at the opposing 44, around halfway through the quarter. 3rd and 7 with Landry in the zone. The pass is incomplete, sent out of bounds. Good coverage by the nickel corner, Roger McCreary. That'll force a punt. Tennessee gets it back. 3rd and 1. Short pass is caught by Scotty Pickens, who's back in the ball game, gaining 8. Pickens bruised his ribs, but that's not going to keep him out of this playoff game. Following play. Willis is intercepted. Kalen Ingram with the interception. He's got blocks. Pickens will look to catch him, and he cannot. A pick six for Kalen Ingram, the second-year safety out of Auburn. The Titans were really starting to get some momentum and control, and then that happens. Not good. So Tennessee's back down by 7, and they'll get the ball back with a jet sweep over to Pickens, who gets a huge gain of around 27 yards. Scotty Pickens is dynamic and explosive with the ball in his hands, showing it on that play, and he's also showing off the dance moves. Pickens has not played well in recent weeks, particularly he's had some drop issues, but so far that hasn't really been an issue today, largely because the Titans haven't been able to throw the ball a lot, and Pickens missed a lot of snaps. Good run by Elijah Bryant, gaining the first down. Bryant looks pretty solid here in his first career postseason game, as that'll bring us to the 2-minute warning. 21-14, Pittsburgh leads, but the Titans are marching down the field. They have it at the 37-yard line here on 2nd and 10. Willis goes short for Scotty Pickens, trying to weave his way through defenders as he gains 16. The Titans need to be smart with the clock. They don't want to give the ball back to the Steelers with too much time. 3rd and 9, Willis looks short for Pryor, but it's broken up by Micah Fitzpatrick, the All-Pro safety out of the University of Alabama. So that'll bring out the field goal team. Here is Fat Randy Bullock, who did not miss a kick all season long. He is now 1 for 1 on field goals in the postseason, as it's now 21-17. The Steelers get an opportunity to add to their lead here with about a minute left in the first half, as on 2nd down, Pickett is intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with the interception, and the Titans will get it back with great field position. Maybe it is a good thing the Steelers got the ball back with a lot of time, because they immediately turn it over, giving Tennessee an opportunity to take the lead. 1st and goal at the 2, 10 seconds left on the clock. Willis tries to roll out, but he is sacked by Watt. And the Titans are going to have to use their last timeout with 7 seconds left. They still want to score a touchdown, though, so the plan is to try to throw it in the end zone. Willis is going to do that, but he throws it to the wrong team. It is intercepted by Kalen Ingram, his 2nd pick here in the first half. Both teams have turned it over twice here in this first half. The Titans were gifted an easy opportunity to take the lead on a silver platter off of the turnover by Chidobe Awuzie, but they turn it over themselves. Malik Willis has now been picked off twice here in this ball game, and the moment does look a little bit too big for him. I can't say he's looked all that impressive. 21-17 your score. The Steelers are ahead of the Titans as we take a look at our halftime report. The other two AFC playoff games are obviously already over, with the Chiefs blowing out the Colts and the Bills beating Jacksonville. This means if the Titans win, they will get a trip to Arrowhead next week against the Chiefs. If the Steelers win, then they would go up to the Bengals, whereas the Jags and Chiefs would play against each other. So as we go into the second half, we're only down by 4. It's been a really weird game so far. We do start with the ball, which is a big deal, but I can't say the offenses looked all that impressive. One of our touchdowns was obviously a defensive touchdown. Malik Willis has thrown 2 interceptions. He does not look good so far. He's been pretty sloppy, and he needs to play better for us to win this game, quite frankly. And then defensively, we've been solid. We have allowed too many big plays, but Kenny Pickett has not been that effective when he has not gone deep. So if we stop the deep ball, that can really help us out. So as we go into the second half, Malik Willis has to show a lot here. His most 2 important quarters as a Titan. And if things go poorly, who knows? Maybe they'll be his 2 last quarters as a Titan. There's Quinn Crew, the rookie out of Texas A&M, gaining 21. Good start for Malik Willis. You just got to make good reads, make good throws, and try to get receivers open. Derrick Henry with a big run up the middle annihilates his former college teammate, Minka Fitzpatrick, as he gets into the 34. The Titans are going to have to continue to lean on Derrick Henry, keep giving him the ball, and keep letting him go to work. Here's Elijah Bryant, the rookie out of the University of Florida, who gains 15 yards, putting them half the distance to the goal line. The Titans really got to focus on running the ball, keep getting Bryant and Henry a lot of touches. From the 15-yard line, first down, Willis looks to throw it. He goes short for Pickens, who breaks a tackle, breaks a few more. He is in for a touchdown, and the Titans take their first lead of the ball game. Good drive from Malik Willis and the offense as they now lead it 21-14. The Steelers have it back on first down. Pickett is sacked. Azeez Ojulari once again makes the play. He is really showing why the Titans not only picked him up at the deadline, but also extended him. He has been consistently living in the backfield, making Kenny Pickett's life a living hell. 2nd and 17, Pickett is sacked again. Half a sack for Harold Landry, and half a sack for Azeez Ojulari, and it is now a 3rd down and 31. Backed up at the 4. The Steelers might just have to run the ball to get out of this mess, and that's what they'll do, trying to avoid the safety, as Najee Harris only gets 4, wrapped up by Lawn. The Titans look re-energized here in the second half. The offense looks good. The defense looks good. This looks like a completely different team. However, right as I say that, Derrick Henry goes backwards as the Steelers' defense tries to awake themselves. 2nd and 11, short pass caught by Jonnu Smith. That'll get the first down. And Malik Willis looks so much better here in the second half. He's making good throws. He's poised. And right as I say that, he had Odd Rod Pryor open for a touchdown and overthrows him. On 2nd down, here's Derrick Henry losing 3, wrapped up by Cameron Hayward and Ozzie Duvernay, a couple of Ohio State Buckeyes. 3rd and 13 now. Willis looks to throw it. He goes downfield and threads the needle perfectly for Pryor, who drops it. That was a risky but good throw, and Pryor should have come down with that. So the Titans are going to look to kick. 55-yard try for Bullock is good, right down the middle, and Mr. Automatic doubles Tennessee's lead as they're now up 27-21. It's still only a 1-score game, however, and thus the Steelers have another opportunity to take the lead. Their last drive did not go so well as Kenny Pickett was under a ton of pressure the entire drive. He'll go short for Deontay Johnson, who makes a nice play after the catch, bringing it to the 46. 3rd and 3. Pickett looks short, and it is broken up in the secondary. He was trying to get it to the tight end, Foster Moreau, the former Titan, but Juan Thornhill deflects it away. So that'll be another stop for the Titans defense, who has looked really good here in the second half, and they'll get it back on offense. Tennessee is continuing to dominate the third quarter, as well as takes a shot downfield for a wide-open Christian Watson, who gets it to the 37. He was left completely uncovered, and if he had a little bit more room, that could have gone for a touchdown. Following play, Willis looks to throw it. He goes over to Scotty Pickens, who gets 11. Malik Willis looks so impressive right now, dialing up this defense, constantly making good throws on the money, and the Titans are 1 quarter away from finally getting over the hump and beating the Steelers. 2nd and goal. Willis is intercepted in the end zone. Are you kidding me? Minka Fitzpatrick with the interception, and he's got nothing but green grass ahead. Scotty Pickens is going to try to catch up to him, and he will, but not before Fitzpatrick gets it all the way to the 23. Right when things are going well and the Titans have it literally at the 1, they turn it over. Malik Willis sent it to the left side of the end zone because he saw there was two guys there. He assumed one of them, particularly Pickens, would be open. But Minka Fitzpatrick covered enough space to not leave there to be ground between both receivers. On 3rd and 3, Najee Harris makes a nice play, gets annihilated at the 5. We do the flag, but it'll be a roughing the passer against the defense, so the Steelers will move even closer to the goal line as they look to take the lead with around 7.5 minutes to go. And on 1st and goal, they will do just that, with Deontay Johnson left completely wide open for a touchdown, and the Pittsburgh Steelers now lead it 28-27. The Titans turn it over at the 1-yard line on their last drive, so hopefully they can do a little better here. 3rd and 10, short pass caught by Bryant. Willis could not find anybody else open, so he dumps it off short for a gain of 6. That'll make it a 4th and 4, and Tennessee will keep the offense out on the field. They're going to go for it. Handoff for Derrick Henry, and he just barely gets the first down, gaining 4 or 5. So that'll keep the drive going. 2nd and 9, handoff to the rookie Elijah Bryant. Bryant with a first down, cuts through the defender, and he'll take it in for a touchdown! A 36-yard score for the rookie Elijah Bryant with the biggest play of his pro career so far. And the Titans take the lead as they're doing the robot dance in the end zone. What a run by Elijah Bryant, continuing to show his value to this offense. And Tennessee is back ahead with under 4 minutes to go. So now the question is, can the Titans punch in this 2-point conversion? I'm sure they'd love to take a clean 7-point lead here against Pittsburgh. Bryant back in the backfield. Will the Titans give him the ball again? They do, and he does not get it. Stopped shy of the end zone by one of the linebackers. A huge play by the Steeler defense. It's the rookie out of Nebraska, Mike Jack, who makes the play. So the Steelers get it back. 3.5 minutes to go, down by 5. A potential game-winning drive opportunity for Kenny Pickett. 3rd and 6, it is caught by George Pickens, who breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle. That's a huge play after the catch by George Pickens, who gets it to the 47-yard line. Following play here for the Steelers, now past midfield with 3 minutes to go. Pickett on first down under a little bit of pressure, and it's nearly intercepted and then dropped by Claypool. Both the defensive back and the receiver should have caught that one, so I guess it all kind of cancels out. 2nd and 10, Pickett under more pressure goes for the screen over to Najee Harris, who loses a yard. Fletcher Cox, the veteran defensive tackle, makes another big play, and it is now 3rd and 11 for the Steelers. Pickett looks to throw it. Under some more pressure, rolls out to the right and throws it away. Can the Titans defense get a stop here? 4th and 11, the biggest play of the game and thus the season. Pickett looks to throw it, goes downfield, and it is incomplete. So the Titans get the stop. They'll get the ball back with just over 2 minutes to go with an opportunity to choose some clock and end the ball game for good. On first down, it's a handoff for Derrick Henry, who gets maybe a yard. That brings us to the 2-minute warning. 2nd and 9, it's Bryant in the backfield. He gets a solid gain of about 4 or 5. So that'll bring up a huge 3rd down and 5. If the Titans get this, they'll find themselves in a really good spot. Willis looks to throw it for the sidelines, and it is caught inbounds for a first by Scotty Pickens. It will stop the clock because he was out of bounds, but still, what a great play by Pickens. As we look at the replay, 1, 2. He got them both in. 1st down, Tennessee. On first down, it's a handoff for Derrick Henry. He gets around 9. The Steelers use their second timeout. So now, basically, if the Titans get a 1st down inbounds, it's game over. Willis keeps it himself, does not get anything. The Steelers use their last timeout, and it is now 3rd and 1. The game and the season on the line for the Steelers. It's the handoff for Bryant, who gets it. He quickly dives down. No need for funny business. Let's kneel out the clock and end this thing for good. After beating the Titans 3 times over the last 2 seasons, the Steelers fall victim to Tennessee 33-28. The Titans finally get over the hill. They beat their demons, and they get past their kryptonite, finally defeating the Pittsburgh Steelers here in the wild card round. And thus, Tennessee is moving on to the divisional round of the playoffs for a 2nd consecutive year. This game was far from perfect. A lot of players did not perform well, but ultimately a win is a win. And especially in the NFL playoffs, you will gladly take it. There's a lot to improve upon for next week, But overall, I feel pretty good about how the team played today. So the question is, did we win because of our quarterback or did we win with our quarterback? And I feel that we won with Malik Willis. In other words, I am not complimenting him. He did not play a very good game. In the third quarter, he was awesome. However, the rest of the game, I don't think he was that good. He turned the ball over 3 times. He made a lot of mistakes. Kenny Pickett wasn't that much better, though. He made less turnovers, but he also had less big-time throws. We ran the ball really well, and Scotty Pickens, when he was not injured, was also very good with over 100 yards of scrimmage. I think the reason why we won, however, was our play at the line of scrimmage. Our offensive and defensive lines have been very inconsistent this year, but today they were really good, especially the pass rush. Harold Landry, dominant, per usual, but today it was not just him. Azeez Ojulari had by far his best game as a Titan. He lived in the backfield today. Fletcher Cox was good as well. Both teams also had some big turnovers, but ultimately our offensive and defensive lines were a little bit too much. Our O-line and D-line have lost us games this year, but today they won us this game, and without them, we would not have gotten past the Pittsburgh Steelers. So let's take a look at the other scores around the league. We already saw the AFC scores. In the NFC, the Niners, Lions, and Commanders are all moving on. So the Rams lost. That's good. We officially now have the 19th overall pick. And every home team won. So there are no wild card teams left. Players of the week, Desmond Ridder, Josh Allen, Ernest Jones, and Kalen Ingram. As I mentioned earlier, if we win, we will play against the Kansas City Chiefs here in the second round of the playoffs in Arrowhead. We played against the Chiefs earlier this season at home all the way back in week 4, and we played really bad. We lost 48-10. I think that game was worse than the score suggests. We played awful. But that was in week 4. That was a while ago. Despite that, the Chiefs are a major challenge. They had the best quarterback in the league, Patrick Mahomes, who had somehow his best season yet, as if that was possible. He got robbed for the MVP by Josh Allen. He honestly should have won it, but he ended up getting second instead. The Chiefs have a great roster as well. They already beat us at home, and now we have to play them in Arrowhead, one of the most loud and challenging atmospheres to play in the entire league. And you add on the fact that it's a playoff game, and it's going to be even louder and even harder. That's going to wrap up today's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you are new. Tighten up. Peace out.